You and I were just talking off during a commercial break about the dollar.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because Erin and I talked about the dollar during the break, and she was talking about it getting weaker. And for a moment, it was breaking down. But more recently, every time it gets to a certain support level, it turns around. Now it looks like it's going to break out. And that's not good for the market, is it?
You know, if you look at a chart of the S&P 500 and you put the dollar underneath it, there's a pretty strong inverse correlation. Dollar goes up, stocks go down, and for good reason. About 40% of S&P 500 revenue resides offshore. Look at all the large cap multinationals in the S&P 500. As the dollar goes up, it makes our goods and services that much less attractive.
Also, more recently, we know that there's some anxiety about how weak China's currency has been.
Yeah.
Maybe talk of them intervening. Now, they're sitting on $3 trillion. $3 trillion in foreign currencies. Last time they had a situation like this, they used $800 billion of it to right the ship. Is it getting to the point where it might even become sort of a, for lack of a better term, a political tool, a weapon?
It is a political weapon. We used it as a weapon. Look at what the administration did with Russia. They used the dollar as a weapon. That did not go lost on the BRICS nations.
Right.
Why? That's a big reason why countries are joining the BRICS. Because if the United States can do that to any country, they can do it to them as well. They need a plan B.
Cutting them off from the banking system.
Cutting them off from the banking system, freezing foreign reserves.
Right.
All of those. It's great when we're all friends. But at some point in time, if you're a country and the dollar is the reserve currency, you're going to want a plan B if we're going to actually, if we're actually going to weaponize the dollar.
Well, it'll come down to the dollar then, and its role as the petrodollar, which happened in the 1970s, where I think there were three events that led to Bretton Woods. I think just the decline.
It was the biggest. 46 countries joined in Bretton Woods.
And then the UK before that, just declining as the world's preeminent nation. They stretched themselves too thin in the early 1900s, and then the petrodollar. I think those three things cemented our preeminence, and the dollar being the world's reserve currency. They start to trade crude in other currencies besides the dollar. At what point do we say that's worrisome?
It's worrisome right now, and if you look at the BRICS that they've just added the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Iran. You've now got 5 of the largest world producers as part of that. They're going to start trading amongst themselves in local currency. Things can change.
Right.
Nothing is forever.
Our markets, how you feeling about it?
I kind of spread it between, assets and liabilities right now. On the liability side, you've got large cap valuations. Apple is a big thing for the market. We understand what's going on there. Let's be honest with ourselves about Apple. If you just looked at the numbers of Apple and you didn't know who it was or how important it was to the market, would you really own this stock? 8% at best growth.
Are you
trading
worried
at 30 times.
about Nvidia? It's down another $6 a day. Barrett said yesterday, don't sell it. There's some scuttlebutt that's making the rounds on social media that their orders are either fake or that they use the shell company and they lend them $2 billion. I mean, they hit $500 twice.
You're talking fraud now.
Right.
If there's fraud, then obviously all chips are off the table.
Do you buy it? Because everyone on Wall Street is saying it's BS, but the stock is starting to come down a lot.
It's not down that much, all right. I grant
from the high, from $500 to $4. I mean, it's
a ding. I get it. And if any of the things that you just said are true, then
no. This is scuttlebutt. I'm long. My subscribers are long. Believe me, I looked at that 500 twice. The day of the earnings when it cracked 500 and didn't hold, and then when it went back and didn't hold, you're kind of like, But the numbers, if they are true, it's amazing. Okay, real quick before I let you go, you like Vistra?
Yeah.
A utility. But I looked at the chart. I've never seen a utility stock with a chart like this.
It's pretty amazing, and most people don't even know this company, but it trades at 9 times forward earnings. That's about half the value of the utility index.
It was a $21 stock in February this year. Now it's almost $40.
It's still cheap.
34 bucks. All right, David. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.